Fellas, Paige here. Nah, shout out to my man AC. He smells good. I love his intro. No, but on a serious note, it's Buffalo, New York. Fall time is here. It's been cold as low 30s. Like today, right now it's 39 degrees. Some days we have gotten up to 50. Some days we gotten up to 60. Some days we got up to 70. And other days it's been, mid 50s. So it's definitely fall season here. Um, so I ran through I wore, I should say, a variety of different type of fragrances this week. We're going to get into that intro. Thank you for watching Paige of Stylez. For all my returning viewers, thank you very much for your continued support. And for you newcomers, if you find the content to be, entertaining and informative, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell for future notifications. So we're getting closer and closer to that 150 subscriber mark. We'll still be giving a giveaway out once I hit that mark. Just trying to think of some ultra good giveaway bottles to do at that point in time. So starting off with Monday, I wore from the house of Yves Saint Laurent, and that is La Nuit de l'Homme au Electrique. This right here, what is it? It's like apple, vanilla, geranium, a few other notes I'm not going to get, but those three is the main ones I get. The apple at that, that quick first 2-3 minutes. Then you get a lot of vanilla, and you get the geranium for that aromatic effect. This has slowly become my favorite of the La Nuit line, just due to, the compliment factor, its appeal, the tad amount of sweetness. It is, some people could say it's for younger folks, but I believe anybody, who has a sense of humor and, and just believes age is just another number other than wisdom and, experience, can definitely pull this off. I wouldn't say too formal, but it's definitely a casual fragrance. It's definitely a going out date night type of scent. You can go to the clubs with this one. I don't find it to be that similar to Eros as other people say, but to each his own. So for Monday, it was La Nuit de l'Homme au Electrique. For Tuesday, went with the same house, but it was a lot colder that day. So I wanted something that was going to last me the whole day and cut through the fall, the chilly fall air. And that is from, once again, Yves Saint Laurent, M7 Oud Absolute. Right here, you get a beautiful vanilla. Well, it might be the patchouli, but it comes off a little vanilla on my skin. Definitely get a westernized oud with this. Slightly an incense note, but this right here is great. I know I'm going to be wearing this a lot more this fall. I actually wore it, quite a bit last fall, but this doesn't take too many sprays. You generally anywhere between 2 to 4 sprays, and you're good to go for at least anywhere between 8 to 10 hours. I believe this is something, I'm not going to say a hidden gem, but a lot of people don't talk about this, and a lot of people do not have it. Hence the reason why it's been discontinued several different times out of its existence. But for the, Tuesday, on the cooler days of fall, M7 will do it, especially if you like oud or you're just a beginner, just dipping your toes into the oud world. On Wednesday, it got up to 74, 77 actually. So I pulled this out from L'Artisan's Parfumeur, Mon Numero number 9. As you see the big dent, this may be the biggest dent I got out of any bottle I have, yet this bottle isn't that old. To me, this is the best citrus and rhubarb fragrance I have in my collection. I do have, Lacoste Long. There's another one that has rhubarb, but the citrus and rhubarb in any of them does not compare to this. Sadly, this is an eau de cologne. So, you're generally only going to get anywhere between 4 to 6 hours. That first 3.5 hours is the projection on this is phenomenal. For it to be a eau de cologne. It just comes off the skin. It projects for that first 3.5 hours. The first two is the strongest. That last hour and a half, still to me, is above average. That 4 hour mark is where it start, becoming a skin scent, falling off a cliff, and just you may have to reapply at that 5.5, 6 hour skin um, mark. But for this just to be an eau de cologne, citrus and rhubarb, this here is phenomenal. So on Wednesday, I went with my numero number 9 from L'Artisan's Parfumeur. And this bottle right here is beautiful to have on your vanity, shelf, dresser, wherever you're putting your fragrances at. It's going to look beautiful up there. So for Wednesday, I went with, it got a little cool again. Not Wednesday, Thursday, very sorry. So for Thursday, I went with the House of Nasamato, and that is Veranda. Right here, spicy, whiskey, vanilla, smooth dry down. I didn't get, it stayed pretty linear for at least 5 hours, but this shit, right? I mean, this stuff right here is phenomenal. I'm very happy I got this in my collection for this fall. This will definitely be getting a lot of wear. Performance, longevity was good. I mean, it stayed on my skin almost 11 hours, with the first 7.5, 8 hours being, usable performance, as I like to say. Projection was the best the first 2 to 3 hours. But this right here, if you like a whiskey, vanilla, spices, right here, this is gonna be cool. And I'm not sure if it's vanilla in here, but the way how it came off my skin, it was real smooth after, the whiskey. The whiskey really never truly died down, but it seems like it's vanilla in here because it came off smooth, and it has a little bit of sweetness in here. So I would say, hell, go ahead and blind buy it. If you don't like it, you can always sell it, but I think this is blind buy worthy. So for Thursday, from the House of Nasamato, that is Veranda. On Friday, went with one of my favorite indie houses, Sammy Andros. Sadly, I only got a sample from a past purchase, and I went with Imperial Leather. This right here, everybody calls it the Tom Ford's Tuscan leather clone. Unfortunately, I don't have Tuscan leather, but if it does smell like this is phenomenal. You're going to get the raspberry as a secondary note. I mean, have you ever just bought a fresh new pair of Timbs or, some leather Clarks and just rubbed it on your skin? Probably not, but that's the impression of the leather I get here. It's really, not going to say it's the most photorealistic leather, but it's definitely a very pronounced leather note in this, followed up with the raspberry. It may be some type of sandalwood or whatever, because after the first 5, 6 hours, when it starts to get into the later stages of the dry down, it does become a little smooth on my skin. Why I'm thinking it is sandalwood and not cedar or any other wood. But this right here is beautiful. And I'm going to need a bigger bottle for the fall, because this little decant sampler that I got from Sammy is not going to last. But performance-wise, I got all of 10, 11 hours of this. The first 9 hours being the strongest. Projection it was definitely above average for the first 3 hours, going on 4 or 5. I mean, with this being an extrait de parfum, concentration, it is going to last long, but surprisingly, it jumps off my skin like an EDT or an EDP. I mean, this is like the best 3 worlds right here. So, and it's inexpensive. It was, I think the full bottle is anywhere between $25, $27, or $29. So for Friday, Sammy Andros, Imperial Leather. I think this is a must-have for the fall. It's yesterday. For Saturday, from the House of Dior, I went with Dior Homme Parfum. Now, I've worn this several times, but yesterday was the first time I got to, you know, experience three totally different phases. It did garner me three compliments, two of which came in different stores that I went to, where the cashier had a mask on and was like, "Yo, you smell good." I did go with I went with five. I went with five sprays. I went both sides of the neck, one behind the neck, and on each wrist. And this thing was jumping off. Longevity, definitely 10 to 12 hours. I mean, probably it was longer than that, but I stopped counting after the 12-hour mark. Projection, strongest for that first 3 to 4 hours, and then it's just going to ride out the wave with you for the rest of that day. I mean, this is an all-day performer right here. And once again, I didn't think it was going to get compliments like that, especially from the younger crowds. But the two younger females that did give me compliments on this, shout out to them, because now I'm definitely going to be wearing this more often and just not for formal occasions. So for Saturday, Dior Homme Parfum. And my scent of the day for today, which is Sunday, go Bills. Nobody circles the wagons like Bills Mafia, from the house of Dolce & Gabbana, La Force 11. I'm going to have, as you see, there is a big dent in there. This is generally what I wear when I layer it with Dolce & Gabbana, the One, and Wicked Good from the house of Gallagher Fragrances. But I decided to wear it alone today just to do more testing of this. I mean, just immediately when you spray this, you're going to get, like, the first note that hit me was like some sort of spicy pepperish feeling. I mean, quickly followed up by the vanilla, and then you definitely have a touch of like cinnamon. I didn't look up the notes on this, but this right here, I mean, I did go with 6 sprays, so hopefully, knowing that it's a Dolce & Gabbana, it'll at least get me to the 6-hour mark. But for the cost of this, at the point in time when I did buy this a few years ago, this was like 19-20 bucks. I don't think you can go wrong for this in the fall time. Once again, if you have another fragrance with tobacco or chocolate, I would definitely recommend layering that with it. I mean, it's going to bring out the chocolate and tobacco notes. Especially the last time I did wear this was on New Year's Eve. Once again, I went with a few sprays of this, a few sprays of the Dolce & Gabbana, the One EDT, and Wicked Good. And I got several compliments that New Year's Eve going into New Year's Day. So for Sunday, La Force 11 from Dolce & Gabbana. Well, that's going to wrap up my weekly rotation. I believe this is number 7 of the weekly rotation. If you are watching this, let me know what you wore this week down in the comments. If you like some of these selections and choices I wore, let me know that. If you don't like it, let me know that as well. I'll generally read and respond to 99 to 100% of all comments. So once again, I would like to thank y'all for your support. I am quickly approaching the 150 person or subscriber mark on YouTube, which to me is lovely. I didn't think I would get more than 7 to begin with. And that's just from the 7 people that generally, rock with me in the different Facebook groups and, interact with me. So, I mean, we building, we growing. If you want to help this channel grow, I'm not asking for a Patreon. I don't ask for any monetary donations. I just ask for you to hit the like button, comment on the, some of the, videos, and subscribe and ring the bell for future notifications. So there we have it. I just want, let us all grow and evolve together in this book of life. Turn to the Paige of Stylez. Y'all be blessed and walk in peace.